Hello creatives, welcome to Artist Star. My name is Beth and I am at the gallery today for the ZODIAC series. This reading is for Scorpio, whose correlating major arcana card is the Death card. This is the Artist card, which represents you as the open vessel, ready to receive whatever source can draw from the well of infinite creativity. So this is a new spread, Scorpio. It's one of mine. I call it Awakening Essential Energy. So this first row here with the archetype cards, this row is all about where would I find this essential energy at this time. And this row with the creativity oracle, the second row, is how best should I nudge this energy awake. And then the third row with the Soul's Journey lesson cards, this is what about this energy needs to be explored in depth. And then we'll take a look at what else will Source guide me to stay in my creative power through this awakening. So let's get started and follow up with the cards of truth. They're going to give us the direction, and the Lenormand cards will give us some clarity around it. So let's take a look at the archetype card that you got. Child Nature. This is all about being kindness, friendship with animals, communication with nature spirits. That's the light, and of course the shadow would be a tendency to just abuse that with the environment and people and animals, to not have that kindness. So interesting. This is about kindness. And let's take a look at what the cards of truth have for you. The Nine of Spades. Very interesting. This is kind of a spiritual yogi card. This is all about finding that within yourself. It is about remedies and cures, and it is about you and your friendship with the divine around your mind, body, and spirit. Now, it's all about finding acceptance with yourself. And it could be about another person, place, or thing, but this is about your essential energy. So we're going to look at this as you. So this is about finding an acceptance about something about yourself that is around a liberation or a conclusion, because it's the nines, and the conclusions, also the nines, K2 energy, is about past life. So we're going to shed karmic preconceived ideas. Interesting. Oh, wow. Scorpio, as the Death card, this is kind of big for you. This is your work. This is your life work. Wow. All right, so it's a karmic preconceived idea about nature and kindness, and how you can improve that experience for yourself with that connection to spirit through nature. Oh, that is so beautiful. Oh, of course you got the Dog card. Oh, this is just so perfect. It is spirit being your best friend. And of course, animal. Unbelievable. Well, maybe you are a true animal lover. Wouldn't that be interesting if you're an actual advocate for animals and nature and Mother Earth? Absolutely stunningly lovely. Beautiful. So there's your energy. That is, you're getting a piece of this for yourself. Very nice. Okay, so let's take a look at how best should I nudge this energy awake. So this is the Creativity Oracle. It has something to do with perfectionism. Be content to know perfection is a distant utopian goal to which we journey but never arrive. Now it's the number 33. And look how gorgeous that card is. Journey to perfection. Well, if you've ever been out into nature and gone down that beautiful wabi-sabi path of finding perfection or finding beauty in imperfection, that is exactly what we're talking about here. Interesting. So let's see what we have here. King of Hearts in reverse. So normally I would call this the Grandpa card because Grandpa knows how to bring that wisdom, that noble action to whatever he encounters. It is the Grandpa Walton of the cards of truth, because they always know how to act and in the right way for the greater good for all. But it's in reverse, so maybe there's some mystery around how you're looking at this or how you're feeling, because it is perhaps just a little confused about what you're seeing. And then we have another heart. Okay, so hearts, and that's emotions, right? So maybe you're a little blocked in how to get to this new way of looking at things, because the nines are about releasing something. This is letting go of a preconceived notion or an idea about how you perceive your connection with nature. Interesting. And the heart is that you just haven't found that right thing to make that connection to. So, or the right way to make the connection. Perhaps you're thinking it may need to come through in a more perfectionist kind of way. Very interesting here. So, okay, so this is how you should nudge this energy awake, to really question how you are around perfectionism. Do you have to have everything in its place and a place for everything? Nothing wrong with that, but if you're taking it to extremes, then that would be something to take a look at in a very loving, kind, generous way, but also with knowing that this is a sacrifice too, because it's a king. So king sacrifice, this is sacrifice for transformation, and it's always a transformation through circumstance. So it's understanding that letting go of your lower self limitations is necessary for spiritual growth and to move away from self-justifying through your thoughts and actions. So for a fixed card, Scorpio, this is going to be an interesting endeavor for you to question, because that's the energy that needs to shift. Some preconceived notion that you're going to need to sacrifice in order to have this transformation. Now, this is all about your connection with that friendship and kindness with yourself, with Mother Earth. Maybe you just haven't given yourself permission to do that, or felt like you could do that, or had the opportunity to do that. Okay, so let's move on to the third row, and see what about this energy needs to be explored in more depth. Oh, interesting. Forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. Wow, so you're feeling some resistance about forgiving, and it could just really kind of adds a whole new layer to this thing. And of course it's layered. So this could actually be something about forgiving and not being able to do that. Perhaps you are that advocate for nature, yet someone has questioned that or tried to trip you up around it, and now you're looking for a way to forgive them, but not being able to for whatever it was, and finding it very difficult to reach that nobleness of the grand view, if you will. And if that's true, then the place where you are going to be able to make sense of this all is in nature. You're going to be able to get to that yogi self where you can let go of things, even things that may have brought to this life. Wow. Okay, this is deep, Scorpio. This is deep. Wow, forgiveness is not an easy thing to get to. Yeah, you have to really go deep for that. Okay, so let's look at the next card and see what direction we're looking at. Okay, so we've got another 9, another K2 energy, another letting go of preconceived ideas and notions. This is about skills and talents and finance. It is about your value around everything. And, again, about letting go of something that is so deeply ingrained. Wow. Okay. It is also, I don't know if I mentioned, the Fool energy, and the dark suit is the Hermit energy. So making it the yogi card, right? Going deep, going into that meditation, taking some time out, going into nature for that time out, wrapping your brain around how to think about this thing independently, yet with that solid empathy where you can actually put yourself in the shoes of whoever is challenging you here that now needs your forgiveness. Or perhaps you need forgiveness for yourself because perhaps you didn't act in the most noble way. Yeah, no judgment here. We all get triggered, and yeah, so, and that's okay too. You just got to sort it through and know what's yours and what's not, what's the other person. So let's take a look to clarify just what this is. Oh, the Snake card. Very interesting. Okay, so this is somebody else. This is somebody else who is an opponent that really means you harm. That acted towards you in a very unprofessional and mean and hateful way. Wow. Yeah, that is a big one to wrap your brain around. So let's see if we can make a little more sense of this. You've got this lovely, caring, childlike nature energy here with your yogi card where, as we were saying, your spiritual love of Mother Earth and yet there's a certain perfectionism around that someone got critical around. So, so you're sorting through whether or not how much of this is your need to stay in that perfection and letting go of whatever the expectations were of this, and finding that really noble, kingly character to sort through what you're forgiving and what others are. Sorry about that UPS guy. I am here at the gallery. So, yeah, you can just leave the package outside the door. Let's see. We're going to regroup my thinking here. That's a kind of a rude awakening. Distraction. Sorry about that. Yeah, to find that nobleness, to get grounded and look at this thing from a more noble place. Forgiveness for you. Yeah, I mean, my goodness, you were met with something really pretty ugly. So, and that's okay, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to rethink these things and to write those cards that are in reverse, to know where we need to start. So here we are. And I'd say forgiveness for yourself. Yeah, because it does. Resentment blocks the flow of love. Resentment blocks the flow of love. So, yeah, we'll let go of that. So let's take another look at the last bit here. How else will Source guide me to stay in my creative power through this awakening? So we've got 3 cards here. This first one is Pemacodrin. She is, these are the cards for her Tonglen practice. And it's just lessons for life on how to do the best for yourself so that you can do the best for other people. Don't act with a twist. The commentary on that is, acting with a twist means having an ulterior motive of benefiting yourself. It's that sneaky approach. For instance, in order to get what you want for yourself, you may temporarily take the blame for something or help someone out. Interesting. All right. Yeah, we need to act with that noble character and really be able to sort through what's yours and what you need to forgive yourself for, and to be very clear about what the other person in this situation has got you stuck around, because that's the energy that needs to move. All right, magical riches. Oh, I'm sorry, magical rocks. I am grounded and creative. Very nice. And for the Chin Tongue, Chinese fortune-telling sticks, you will shortly make a new friend to your great advantage. Well, maybe that's a friend within. With that yogi card, all these 9s, looks like you are ready to let something really big go with a forgiveness around it. Do a little meditation, a little ceremony out there in the woods with nature, and just feel truly grateful and get back on the road to loving yourself, because that energy brought to your art is really going to be fabulous. Yes. Well, thank you, Scorpio. I hope this resonates and gives you something juicy to think about. And if you resonated at all, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next month with another. Thank you so much, and happy creating.